The New York Knicks are coming off their third straight victory. This is a team that is coming off probably their best win of the season against the Minnesota Timberwolves the other night. And then they played in this game against the Pelicans, and it was a little shaky. Too close for comfort at times. However, Jalen Brunson made sure there was going to be no upset. As Brunson sparked the Knicks comeback, he was great from deep. The Knicks completed a clean sweep of a 3-game road trip with a 104-93 comeback win over the Pelicans on Saturday night. As Brunson, he was just in the zone. He had a season best 39 points as he earned his 62nd Knick game with at least 30 points, breaking a tie with Walt Clyde Frazier for 8th most in franchise history, as the Knicks have now won 13 of their last 17 games. And this one, it definitely did not come easy, but the Knicks were able to take down the Pelicans, who led by 14 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the third quarter. But then that gave way to a Brunson breakout, featuring 29 points in the second half alone. As the Knicks, they had the lead by the 2-minute mark of the third and closed the frame on a 30-13 run. Bridges, he put up 18 points in this game. Meanwhile, Towns, he did notch his 17th consecutive double-double with 11 points and 10 rebounds, tying himself with Patrick Ewing for the 4th longest streak in Knicks history. This Knicks team, they have been impressive to me, and in this one, I'm going to talk about them. Guys, do me a solid, drop a like on the video and smash that subscribe button. Help me, Knicks fans, hit 39K on this channel before the end of the year. It's a lofty goal, but hey, we'll see if we can hit it. And thank you to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. As this New York Knicks team, I think the best is yet to come for them. And you look at Bridges, he's been getting more comfortable with the Knicks. I think he's on the doorstep of superstardom. And if he continues to just play well, and then you have him with Towns and Brunson, who are looking like all-stars, like this Knicks team is going to be cooking. And I think Bridges is the key, right? He started off a little bit slow. People thought his shot was broken, all that stuff. But Bridges, he has been playing very well, and I think he can play even better. I think Bridges still has that extra gear to hit in his game, and the Knicks, they could have a very fearful big three. And of course, Anunoby, former Raptor, one of my favorite players still in the game. He has been great. Obviously, what he brings to this team defensively, Josh Hart, like the Knicks starting five is great, man. And you know, you look at what they've been getting from off the bench, Achua, Sims. I know they didn't, you know, they only combined for 2 points in that win over the Pelicans, but it was their ability on the glass. Of course, Mitchell Robinson, the team is still awaiting his return. He's going to be back hopefully sometime in the new year. As the Knicks, they've been getting it done, particularly on the road. No team has played a higher percentage of their games on the road, and no team has a longer road winning streak, as the Knicks have quietly become the road warriors. They got 10 road wins so far this season, and the Knicks, they've been doing a good job with their defense. They have been holding opponents to 99.7 points per game in their last 4. So that is very telling of how locked in this team can be. And you know, you look at that whirlwind of emotions they had the other night against Minnesota, like that was unbelievable. And Karl-Anthony Towns, like you talk about coming up big against his former team, it could not have gone any more perfect for him. Like he was a beast. Karl-Anthony Towns in that game became the first player in NBA history to record 30 plus points, 20 plus rebounds, and 5 plus threes on 100% three-point shooting in a game. And he had 32, 20, 6 assists while going 5 of 5 from beyond the arc. I think it's clear to say that the Knicks won that trade. Here's the reason why you go make that trade, Knicks fans, because Karl-Anthony Towns, he's looking like he could potentially put you over the top, and he's been playing the best basketball of his career. Karl-Anthony Towns has been an absolute beast, and I would say he's been the best Knick to start the season overall. I know Brunson's been great, but you look at what Towns has been doing, guys, like 24.5 points per game, 14 rebounds, 3.4 assists, a block. He leads Eastern Conference centers in points while leading the entire NBA in rebounds. He's going to make the All-Star team as a starter, and he has just been money. What we are seeing from Cat, like Minnesota Timberwolves fans are probably just in their feels right now about how on earth their team let him go. And we are seeing really a version of Cat that we have never seen before. He's hitting his truest potential with New York. And Brunson, it's not to say he's not having a good season. He's been very good. And, you know, you look at Brunson, He has had Cat take the offensive load off his plate, which is good, but he still can go off. We saw in that game against the Pelicans, if you need Brunson to get you out of a rut, take off, get his offense rolling, lead you to victory, he can still do just that, as Brunson's averaging 25.1 points on 49.3% shooting from the field, 44.6% from three, and it's been his assist numbers that have really been impressive. He's averaging a career high 7.6 assists, and he's really been showcasing his incredible playmaking for a Knicks squad that ranked second in offensive rating. This has been a juggernaut with their offense. So again, Brunson, because he has somebody in Towns who can alleviate some of that offensive pressure, it makes him do a little bit more playmaking, and we've seen him thrive in that role. So I think it's been a perfect blend with what we've seen Brunson playing alongside Cat. And like I said, if you get a little bit more from Bridges and he can hit that next gear, which I think he can, this Knicks team is going to be cooking, guys. I really like the New York Knicks. I don't think the gap's that big when you compare them to the Boston Celtics in the Eastern Conference. And if you actually look on over to BetUS, the Knicks are plus 450 on the money line to get out of the East. I think the Knicks are destined for a showdown against the Celtics. When I look at the East right now, it's Celtics-Knicks. I think they're in their own tier, and the Knicks, if they're clicking, they can give the Celtics a run for their money. So if this is a bet you like, guys, might as well put it in now. But yeah, guys, the Knicks, they look really good. And if you are looking to bet the season, go check out BetUS. You could get a 150% bonus on your first deposit and a 125% bonus on your second and third deposits, up to $2,000 with the code YouTube150. So yeah, I'm very high on this Knicks team. I think they have the best shot out of any team in the East to dethrone the Celtics. I really believe that. If this team is healthy and this big three is thriving, we know OG Anunoby, how much of a great defender he is. He can lock down the other team's best player. And when you look at this Knicks team and how they built this team, the blueprint, like, they're trying to be the Celtics killers. Getting Anunoby and Bridges, together, who can not only do damage with their offense, but then lock down a Tatum and Brown in a potential showdown. That's going to go a big way. And then I think Cat is the big part of this, right? Like, you got Brunson who can go off, but Cat, he's that stretch five. He's that guy who can just kill you with the three ball, kill you with his outside shooting. And they got a guy that the Celtics have in Porzingis. And I think Cat is definitely a better player than Porzingis. So we know the Celtics, they're going to be tough for any team, but I think if there's one team that can push them to the brink and potentially eliminate them, it's this Knicks team. It feels like something's brewing. I think the Knicks can play a lot better. Of course, it's been a roller coaster if you're a Knicks fan, because yeah, they come off that emotional, just feel good, best win of the season, and then you're having to sweat one out against the Pelicans until Brunson goes off. So you want to see more consistency from this team and them beat up on the bad teams, but I think you have to be pleased with what you've seen. It seems like they're figuring things out. They continue to look smooth, their offense, and yeah, the Knicks, I think they're going to have a really good shot this season to get out of the East, and I'm really hoping we do get a Celtics-Knicks playoff showdown. I think that's the money match in the Eastern Conference. So let me know your thoughts, Knicks fans. How do you feel about this team in the early part of the season? The Knicks take on my Raptors before Christmas on Monday, so definitely going to be interested in watching that game, of course. Yeah, let me know your thoughts, guys. Drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and once again, shout out to BetUS for sponsoring today's video. That's it for me. So Luke signing off. I will catch you all again in the next one.